Truman, and welcome to our second season of Truman360, where we explore the world around you. I'm Sam Haynes.
And I'm Fernando Copeland, and we'll be your host for our first episode of Season 2.
We have a lot of new staff and teachers that have recently come to Truman, and we couldn't be happier to have them. So our Zach Riddle, David Farrell, and Jake Hess went to see what the new staff felt about their new environment, and just who they are, and a little bit about their background, how they spent their summers, and what inspired them. Remember to watch for the extended cut on our YouTube and Fuss Food programs.
My name is Tom Miller. It's my second year here teaching in Bristol Township. Last year I was in the BTAP program, and now I'm a chemistry and science 9 teacher. I actually got married and was hired for this job on my honeymoon in Hawaii, which was an awesome experience being in Hawaii, but so much better, I got a job out of it too.
My name is Mr. Young. I live in Hatfield, Pennsylvania. That is the home of bacon and K'Nex. So if you like bacon and you like playing with K'Nex, my town makes that stuff. I grew up in Philadelphia, an avid Philadelphia sports fan. I bleed red for the Phillies and green for the Eagles. What can I say?
My name is Angela Owerzani, and I teach in the business department. My high school teacher, Mr. Duffy, was amazing, and I always wanted to be like him because he was just such a great teacher and such a great inspiration. So he, I would say, had a lot of push onto this.
My name is Catherine Farzetta, and I am an English second language teacher. I've spent 23 years in the elementary schools here in Bristol Township, and what's really fascinating about being at Truman, this is my first year at Truman, is that I'm seeing kids as adults where, you know, when I first met them, they were 6 years old and afraid and uninhibited, and now they're just so cool and smart. I'm going to say that goes back to the year I spent in Paris when I taught English to 4 little French girls. And I knew then that this was right for me.
My name is Miss Pelletieri, and I'm in the math department here at Truman. Before this, I was at FDR, and I was at the Freshman Academy. This summer, I hung out with my friends and family. I went to the beach a lot, and I actually planned my upcoming wedding at the end of November.
My name is Natalie Wood. I am a new English teacher here at Harry S. Truman. I started at FDR, and then I went to Fitch, and then this year I came to Truman because I needed to finish up my practicum. And I did a practicum at the elementary school last year, and now I'm doing a practicum at the high school.
All right, my name is Mr. Shuttle. I'm the assistant principal here. I spent the last 4 years at Abraham Lincoln Elementary School as an assistant principal. Prior to that, I was the assistant principal up here for a couple years. Prior to that, I was the assistant principal at Clara Barton and James Buchanan. I've been acting principal of Clara Barton, George Washington, FDR Middle School, and Armstrong Middle School. And prior to that, I was a math teacher up here.
Hi, my name's Debbie Ritter. I'm the guidance secretary, just came here from John Fitch Elementary. I have been in the district 21 years, been all over the place. Absolutely loving it here. Kids are a little different than elementary kids though. They have little boo-boos, you have big boo-boos. Just over this past month, I went to Florida, Disney World, woohoo! I don't know if anybody else is going or has been. Wonderful place to go. Happiest place on earth.
My name is Mrs. Page. I'm married. I have 2 beautiful daughters, and I am just a new grandmom for the first time to a little boy. I've been in the district 14 years, was at Ben Franklin Academy for the 9th graders, then went to elementary, and I'm back here at Truman.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Stinson. I've been in the district for about 10 years. I moved from school to school. This is my 3rd time being back at Truman, so I'm pretty familiar with everything that goes on here.
Recently, our school saw the installation of solar panels above the new gym area thanks to the Environmental Club here at Truman. Together with Mr. McGee and Mrs. Privatello, we can now finally say that we are going green. Our Colin Bagley caught up with Mr. McGee to find out more about the project.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to get solar panels installed. This idea started probably 5 or 6 years ago, is my guess. We started with the idea that we would try to raise money and start saving it towards purchasing solar panels for the school. And we used all different kinds of fundraising techniques. One of the more interesting ones was 7 years ago. We got 6 teachers and administrators to volunteer to do a polar plunge into Levittown Lake in the middle of winter. And you know, we had each of the teachers' names, and if at least $100 was donated towards that teacher's name, then they pledged that they would jump into the water, and we did it in, I believe, February, right after the ice had melted. And then about 4 years ago, we started doing a community recycling day where we sponsored household hazardous waste drop-offs here at Truman on a day, one weekend in May. And also we've done electronic recycling, and we've, you know, on a typical day there would be, you know, hundreds and hundreds of cars driving through, dropping off their household hazardous waste and electronic waste. And we would also collect paper and clothes and shoes and scrap metal. And people were nice enough to donate some money towards our club, specifically towards purchasing solar panels on their way out. Other things we've done were sell environmentally friendly products out of a catalog. Made a little bit of money doing that. We've done quite well selling sunflowers the last few years. Yeah, we sell these sunflowers that grow like, you know, 12 feet tall and have flowers that big, and the students start them out in our greenhouse and get them to about this size, and then we sell them for a few dollars a piece. And at that point, we started looking for a company that could, you know, give us some guidance and maybe even help us out with installing the solar panels. And that's when Colin Bagley did some research and found a company called Exact Solar and called them and got them to come into school and talk to the Environmental Club about solar panels. And it was very informational, and they also said, you know, if we, at the time we hadn't raised quite enough money, but if they said if we could get up a certain amount of money, that they would be willing to install them at cost. And so after the end of last year, when we finally had enough money to do it, we got back in contact with them and got the ball rolling. I'm not exactly sure when the solar panels are going to be installed, but I'm hoping that it's this fall.
Be sure to check out the entire interview with Mr. McGee on our YouTube channel. Our fall sports teams saw a lot of successes in the season. Here's a look back.
Everybody, we.
We'll be looking for you during our winter sports season, so get in the game.
Well, there you have it, Truman. Thanks for watching the first episode of Season 2 of Truman360.
We'll be back at the end of the second quarter with more from the world around you.